Red Velvet is a K-pop girl group under SM Entertainment, officially debuting on August 1st, 2014, with their first single, Happiness. The group contains of 5 members: Irene, Sulgi, Wendy, Joy, and Yeri. Today I'm here to review their albums and mini albums that are numbered, so excluding the summer mini albums, the Japanese releases, and whatever else is out there. Selecting my top 3 songs from each said release, and then in the end, ranking my top 10 songs overall, as well as ranking each album and mini album that was reviewed. Just reminder before I get started, this is my opinion. We hear sounds differently, completely differently. Some tones match my ears, some that don't match yours. So if you disagree with any of my opinions here, then leave a comment down below. Anyways, on to the first mini album, Ice Cream. Red Velvet's first mini album, Ice Cream, was released on March 17th, 2015, with 6 tracks running for a total of 21 minutes, including the title track, Ice Cream Cake. Of course, it's an experimental mini album, which I expected and which you should expect because it's obviously their first release. Well, not their first release, but like their first big release, okay? But one thing that is consistent throughout the mini album, of course, is their amazing vocals. And we know they have amazing vocals, right? Anyways, they do a great job at utilizing all their vocals by layering their vocals a lot, which sounds amazing. Their vocals blend together really well. It's just really good. Another thing that stood out from this release is the bass that is used throughout songs like Something Kinda Crazy and Ice Cream Cake. There's like this electronic gritty bass, but in some songs like Automatic and Take It Slow and Candy, they use a smooth bass line from a bass guitar. The switch between the two is very interesting. Obviously, it makes it less cohesive, but it's an experimental album. I feel like comparing the two basses, the bass guitar definitely complements their vocals better. I feel like it's better for their music. That's just me. And hopefully they continue to use bass guitar in the rest of their music instead of electronic. I mean, it's fine to use like the electronic, but I would like the bass guitar more. Definitely throughout this whole mini album, you can see the potential of this group. Just the musical talent that's given off, that's shown throughout this mini album alone is pretty crazy. My favorite song from this mini album is Take It Slow. The bass guitar, vocal layering, and addictive hook made me fall in love with the song. It was a hard toss-up between Take It Slow and Automatic, but I went with Take It Slow. My top 3 is Take It Slow at 1, Automatic at 2, and Something Kinda Crazy at 3. I rated this mini album a 9 out of 10. Really good mini album. Strong start off to the discography. Anyways, on to the first album. The Red is Red Velvet's first album, which was released on September 9th, 2015, including 10 tracks running for 33 minutes and the title track, Dum Dum. Another experimental release, of course, it's their first album. So, first big release. But I feel like it's way more experimental than Ice Cream, which is interesting and really don't know how to feel about it. There's a lot of aspects that I do like about this album that I see shining out, that's standing out from it. But there's even more aspects that I don't like. They use more synths and electronics for the beats and instrumentals for this album. And like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like they kind of clash too much. Like, they try to layer it, but it just doesn't work out. At least for me, of course. Um, I wish they would use more instruments like they did in Ice Cream. At least just like a smooth bass line or something, but you don't get that much of that. And for me, I think the direction of this album doesn't really match their vocals. Like, obviously, their vocals are gonna be good because their vocals are good, but the beats and the instrumentals don't complement their vocals, so it doesn't help it, like get to its best potential, get shine to its greatest. Like, the vocals are good because they're just a vocally amazing group. They use that more deep and gritty bass rather than that smooth groovy bass from a bass guitar. What I said earlier doesn't really complement their vocals the greatest. But at least with this album, the one of the positive things I could say about it is they have gained experience. You could see that, and they've grown musically. So as this progresses, as they try to find their sound and eventually find that sound, they're gonna have development, and you can see it in here. My favorite song is by far Day One. The vocal delivery, layering smooth and groovy bass, drums, guitar, and addictive chorus made me love the song. It's really one of the only songs that uses instruments. Off the top of my head, I can't think of the songs that do use instruments, but this is one. Day One is the one that truly stands out. It's kind of an anomaly to this album with how different it is. Top three songs: Day One at 1, Cool World at 2, and Oh Boy at 3. I gave this album a 5 out of 10. It's just, honestly, it could be lower. Actually, it might actually be lower. Day One is doing a lot of heavy lifting. I feel like maybe on a re-listen I'll figure it out, but as of right now, 5 out of 10. Not bad, but not good. Just feels like a major step down from Ice Cream Cake or Ice Cream. Anyways, on to the next mini album. The Velvet is their second mini album, which was released on March 17th, 2016, with 8 tracks running for a total of 33 minutes, including the title track, One of These Nights. It is, of course, again, another experimental release, as I would say, but it's entirely different from the other releases. I didn't expect this mini album at all, to be honest. Like, this kind of sound, it was honestly a really good surprise. Like, you don't hear this type of release in K-pop often. Like, a release without that blaring, loud track, at least title track, Like, there's usually that one loud track or multiple loud tracks with some laid back tracks, but for the most part, this is more laid back. Due to these differences, this is a very refreshing mini album, and the vocals are amazing as always, but they do shine more in this album because the beat complements their vocals more and brings it up instead of overpowering them. The use of instruments is here. It's amazing. It's layered under the vocals, so it gives the songs a nice, rich depth. The violin that is used to help deliver lines, I feel like is a great use of that violin. And in general, the production's just great. Like, the piano in Rose Scent Breeze is used to build up, and then once the song's built up, you get to the delivery, which is given with the vocals as well as the violin. And then they do it again, deliver with their vocals, but with drums and a guitar. And that is layered right underneath their vocals to give it much more power, give their vocals much more power. My favorite song was First Time. The vocal delivery, layering, violin, bass, and depth made me fall in love with the song. My top 3 songs from this mini album is number 1, First Time, number 2, Rose Scent Breeze, and number 3, One of These Nights. I gave this mini album a 10 out of 10. Personally, enjoyed it. I don't think there's really much else they could improve, really. I enjoyed the velvet aspect of Red Velvet, more than the red aspect, as you could tell. And with that, we're on to the next mini album. Russian Roulette is Red Velvet's 3rd mini album, released on September 7th, 2016, including 7 tracks, running for 25 minutes, and of course the title track, Russian Roulette. You can tell in this mini album that they want to blend the red and the velvet, and I feel like they do a pretty good job in doing so. Obviously there aren't slow songs like there is in the Velvet, but the beats and instrumentals are more on that laid back side in songs like Sunny Afternoon and My Dear. Like, you can see the Velvet aspect in those 2 songs, at least. It's not the heaviest influence, but you can still see that it is there. I love that they let their vocals shine in this mini album, because of course their vocals are amazing, and that's some of the influence they get from the Velvet, obviously. They use very interesting beats in Bad Dracula and Lucky Girl, but these still do work well with their vocals because it doesn't end up overpowering their vocals at all. Like, it's layered underneath, right underneath it, so it's giving depth, more like. And the instrumentals also are layered smoothly throughout the entire album, right under the vocals. That's what I feel they learned from the Velvet, so that's just them combining the 2. Obviously these songs are more powerful, impactful, like the Red, but this type of layering is from the Velvet. You can tell they put way more effort into the instrumentals now, especially after the Velvet. Like, I feel like in the Red and Ice Cream, like, the instrumentals and the beats, they were good, but they were missing some stuff, I feel like. And here, now that they're working on it more, supposedly, well, that's what it looks like, they're putting more effort into it, at least. They're not like overpowering and blaring as they were in the Red, but maybe that's just me being a hater on the Red. My favorite song was My Dear. The bass, vocal delivery, vocal layering, instrumental delivery, just everything, and it comes together extremely well, making the song sound amazing. My top 3 songs are, of course, My Dear at number 1, Russian Roulette at 2, and Sunny Afternoon at 3. I really enjoyed this mini album. I thought it was very fun. Compared to the Velvet, definitely more engaging to those that like the Red aspect way more than the Velvet. So I rated this mini album an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good, but it doesn't beat out the Velvet. Anyways, on to the next mini album. Rookie is their 4th mini album, which was released on February 1st, 2017, including 6 tracks that run for a total of 23 minutes, and the title track, Rookie, of course. I feel like this mini album is what the Red really wanted to be. The delivery of everything and just the vibes that it gives off, the feel, like, it feels like the Red. Yes, it's not as powerful as the Red, but it just feels like this is what the Red was supposed to be. Rookie brings heavy power, but that isn't really replicated through the other tracks. The only other track that you could say that replicates this kind of power and delivery and whatever you want to say is Happily Ever After, but it's still not on the same level of that. This mini album, again, feels like a refined version of the Red, to me at least. everything that I didn't like about the Red was basically taken out of this mini album. The use of instruments is there while still being able to have that electronic aspect. But this time, the vocals are not completely like drowned out or overtaken by the beat, which they've learned throughout the years now that the vocals have to shine. The vocals can't be overpowered. And because this is a vocally amazing group, each song again is very layered very well, giving a nice rich depth as usual. Even though I may not like the louder songs as much as the more laid back ones, I can understand and see the vision of what they want to accomplish with each song. Because of course I like the Velvet more than the Red. And I appreciate every song. Because this is art. This takes a while to produce. My favorite song is Little Little. The bass, layered keys, vocal delivery, and layered vocals blend so well together and just made this song my favorite from this mini album. My top 3 songs: number 1, Little Little, number 2, Last Love, and number 3, Talk to Me. I enjoyed this mini album. Wasn't the greatest, but it was really good still. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. Really good mini album. Now, on to the next album. Perfect Velvet is their second album, which was released on November 17, 2017, including 9 tracks that run for a total of 31 minutes, and of course the title track Peekaboo. I think I had too high of expectations walking into this album, where my expectations kind of ruined the album for me, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, before making this video, I already listened to Queendom Come and About Love, and those 2 songs raised the standard of this album through the roof, and it just couldn't live up to the expectations, to be honest. Even if I discarded the fact that I listened to Queendom Come, that I listened to About Love, the album doesn't live up to its name. It's called The Perfect Velvet, but they don't really signify that sound that they used in The Velvet. So it's like, okay, how is this Perfect Velvet if you're not really carrying on that same sound that you had in The Velvet? The only song I could say lives up to the Perfect Velvet name is Moonlight Melody, and that's 1 track out of 9. That's not really a good look. I feel like this album could have been way better. Like, it struggles with the same things that the Red struggled with. The album just wasn't given enough time. It definitely feels rushed, the same as the Red. I feel like both these 2 albums were entirely rushed and maybe should have sat on the shelf for 3 months longer. Like, it just doesn't sound fully developed. With a couple more months of refinement, this album could have strived at what it wanted to and wouldn't have lacked that so much. With that being said, I did enjoy multiple parts of this album, but again, with the same problem as the Red, the highs are astronomically high, but the lows were like the Marianas Trench deep, bro. Like, I'm just being for real. The album just is in a weird spot, really, to where, like, you want it to be the Perfect Velvet, right? But it's just not that. So you're looking for something else, but that something else isn't really there. If I'm being honest, this album builds more off of Rookie than it does the Velvet, which again doesn't make sense, because why is it called Perfect Velvet if it's building off of Rookie? Let me chill out real quick. This album strives in its smooth groove, bringing addictive bass lines as well as sweet, lasting vocals, but struggles in bringing power in aspects and tracks that it wants to bring power in. Tracks like Peekaboo, I Just, and especially Attaboy. The album wants to show this like smooth groove, bring it out, but it kind of can't, and it contradicts itself by bringing these tracks that want power, that need power, but can't bring it because it's trying to fit under that Velvet concept. So the album's just fighting each other, it's clashing, it's just a mess, really. It feels so out of place, and I just don't like that. It's just, why classify it to this name, Perfect Velvet, if you're kind of just going outside of that name and reaching into like the deep bag, bro. Like, yeah, bag work, but like, this is kind of, the title classifies this album to be the Velvet, the sweet vocals, the more like laid back kind of stuff, but it's trying to be powerful for some reason, and it just doesn't make sense. It's literally like trying to build off a rookie. It should be called the Perfect Rookie, because that would have honestly made more sense. Anyways, I feel like, again, the album should have sat longer, giving them, the producers, everyone, more time to look over it. My favorite song is Kingdom Come. The drums, layered keys, smooth overall groove, and of course, vocal delivery as well as layered vocals made me love this song. It was honestly hard to pick between Kingdom Come and About Love, but I eventually decided on Kingdom Come because it is a very distinct sound that it brings to their entire discography. And as well as, it's one of my most played songs, so, this year. So my top 3 is number 1, Kingdom Come, number 2, About Love, and number 3, Perfect 10. If I'm being honest, this album caused the roadblock in the recording and the listening session. Yeah. This is the album I stopped listening to the music. I'm not gonna lie. But I still like the album. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. Low-key, it might be lower, but I didn't want to do it to that. Maybe, I don't know. Because this did cause like a 2-week break between me listening. That's why this video is kind of late. It's because of this album. It honestly shouldn't be because of this album, because I'm not going to say too much. Anyways, on to the next... On to the repackage, actually. The Perfect Red Velvet is a repackage of Perfect Velvet, which was released on January 29th, 2018. That included 5 new tracks that run for a total of 17 minutes, including the title track Bad Boy. I feel like this repackage proves my point even further, that this album should have sat longer, because these songs help the cohesiveness. Obviously, it can't fix the problems entirely, but it at least helps. And yes, the songs aren't the slow songs like the Velvet that I was looking for, but it fits more than, I don't know, Attaboy. If this album was pushed, the regular original album was pushed back and made as just the Perfect Red Velvet to start with, it would have made more sense. I just don't think the base album should be labeled as Perfect Velvet when it doesn't keep up or build upon the concept that was given in the Velvet. Naming the album the Perfect Red Velvet gives them more leeway and more opportunities to go out and strive at other things. You know, like give more power, because it's Red Velvet. It's both concepts combined. It's not just the Velvet, it's also the red in there too. It just gives them a bigger foundation to build up on. And just having the title as Perfect Velvet stun locked that album into being stuck in a position that it wasn't really ready for. And with the addition of these 3 songs, I do like the album a bit more. My favorite song was Time to Love. The vocal layering, piano, velvet sound, and overall delivery of the song made it number 1 for me. My top 3 songs is number 1, Time to Love, number 2, Bad Boy, and number 3, Alright. This is obviously excluding Perfect Velvet songs, like the bass songs. I really enjoyed listening to this album. Well, Repackage more than I enjoyed listening to the bass album. I feel like this was just more enjoyable because it wasn't stuck in this box of Perfect Velvet. It just gave more leeway for them to creatively like branch out instead of staying in the box with the Velvet concept. I gave the entire Repackage an 8 out of 10, so that's including the album, like including the bass songs of Perfect Velvet as well as the 3 songs that were added to it. Well, 5 tracks. Well, they're like instrumentals, so that doesn't matter. Or remixes. But if I were to rank this Repackage by itself, it'd be a 10 out of 10. Like, seriously. That's how good this Repackage is. Now, on to the next mini album. RBB is Red Velvet's 5th mini album, released on November 30th, 2018, including 6 tracks that run for 19 minutes. And the title track, RBB, or Really Bad Boy. I'm gonna go straight to the point. I did not enjoy listening to this mini album at all, bro. Nothing stands out. It doesn't bring anything new. And it just feels very out of place. It feels like the Red, but even worse somehow. I don't know, like this far into their careers, I don't know how that can happen. It took the worst parts from the Red, like the exact parts I did not like, and they put it in this mini album. It's just not a good listen to me. It has nothing going for it. I don't understand why it's this bad. I genuinely don't, because the Perfect Red Velvet was really good. It was a 10 out of 10 if you're gonna take those 3 songs out and rank them by themselves. But like, where did it all go wrong? I don't know. It's an anomaly, bro. It's just really bad. I don't want to waste too much time talking about this mini album. That's how bad it is. There was really only one good song, which is So Good. The vocal delivery, layering, and addictive beat made it bearable and listenable. So my top 3 is So Good, Butterflies, and Taste. Low-key, should I have even chose a top 3? I don't know. So I gave it a 2 out of 10. Low-key, it could be a 1, but I gave them leeway since it So Good was not bad. Anyways, done with this mini album already. On to the next one. Queendom is their 6th mini album, released on August 16, 2021. 3-year gap. Anyways, it includes 6 tracks that run for 19 minutes, including the title track, Queendom. This was way more enjoyable than the last release, by far. It may not have drastic changes to their music, but it brings the sounds that I enjoy from them and love, really. This mini album is very refreshing and enjoyable. Maybe the last one was just that bad, but that aside, their vocals shine once again, but they're able to keep the beats captivating without being overpowering this time. I feel like this is a really good blend of their music, if not the best blend so far, bringing the Red and the Velvet both together and having them both strive as well as shine in their respective fields throughout this mini album. Each song is layered well, mixed, and really there's nothing I can say that I dislike about this mini album. They're using kind of like the same formula they've been using. I guess for the Repackage, it's kind of the same formula, I feel like, as I can see it. So that's why it works, and that's why it provides Red and Velvet. My favorite song was Hello Sunset. The delivery and layering of both the vocals and the instruments just go so well together, and it's just a very groovy, bassy song that I love. So my top 3 is number 1, Hello Sunset, Number 2, Pushing and Pulling. And number 3, Be Better. I really enjoyed this mini album, and I rated it a 10 out of 10. I feel like the last mini album was a real anomaly, bro, because how is it sandwiched between two 10 out of 10 releases? It just don't make sense. Anyways, on to the next album. Chill Kill is their third album, released on November 13th, 2023. It includes 10 songs, running for a total of 33 minutes, including the title track, of course, Chill Kill. You can clearly see the development of their music in this album. Their vocals shine in each track without being overpowered at all. The instruments and the beats are used in a way to bring delivery alongside their vocals. This album feels the most cohesive compared to the two other albums. Is that a great thing? Yeah, but were the other albums just not cohesive? Yes, but anyways, this album was very enjoyable. Given the title, this album lives up to the expectations I had, unlike some other albums. It really lives up to that chill kill kind of vibe. The album brings both the red and the velvet together and delivers on both, bringing together my favorite parts from the red and the velvet and blending them to make a very enjoyable listen. The layering in each song is the biggest standout, with each song having its own depth while also letting the vocals shine without the beats being shallow. There's really nothing negative I can say about this album. It's just a really good album. They came and delivered in every aspect that makes Red Velvet Red Velvet. My favorite song was Scenery. The guitar, piano, vocal delivery, vocal layering, and emotional power given through this song made it number 1 and made me love this song. My top 3 is number 1, Scenery, number 2, Wings, and number 3, Iced Coffee. I really enjoyed this album. I think it's the best album they've ever released. So I gave it a 10 out of 10. Really good. Not much, not anything I think I can say that downplays the album at all. That being said, on to the next mini album. Cosmic is Red Velvet's most recent mini album, marking them at a total of 7 mini albums. Cosmic was originally released on June 24th, 2024, but was later re-released, repackaged on August 1st, 2024, with an additional song. Now, including 7 tracks that run for a total of 23 minutes, including the title track Cosmic. I think that this concept fits them perfectly, in my opinion. The kind of late night drive home, if you know, vibe fits them amazingly. The beats used in this mini album really complement their vocals. And of course, the vocals are going to shine again. To see their music evolve this far in their careers is actually very surprising and amazing. The fact that they're still taking that next step in their music career is baffling. Like, you would think they'd stick to the same formula and keep on going with that, but no, they're still trying out new things. And here we are. To be honest, when I think of Red Velvet, this is the kind of music I think of. I feel like this mini album brought every single aspect of their music that they succeed at and brings it all together to create this masterpiece. Every single song is a banger. There's not a single skip, not a single negative thing I could say about it. But, I mean, if I really want to cherry pick a negative thing to say, it would be that this mini album isn't long at all. Or, I mean, that this is a mini album and not a full album, but that's like, it's not even a problem. You just want more music. But what stood out to me in this mini album, it was that they were able to perfectly mix the electronic beats and the soft vocals given throughout their music. It feels like this mini album defined them as Red Velvet, being able to emphasize both sides of their music without leaving the other half in the dust. I mean, I know I've said, oh, this album, this mini album brings the Red and the Velvet together. But this mini album succeeds the expectations of that. My favorite song off this mini album was Last Drop. The vocal delivery, vocal layering, addictive beat, and catchy chorus made me fall in love with this song. My top 3 is number 1, Last Drop, number 2, Bubble, and number 3, Night Drive. I gave this mini album a 10 out of 10, if you couldn't already tell by me calling it a masterpiece. I mean, I think this is the best thing they've ever dropped, and it's surprising that stuff went downhill from here. I mean, I heard that we're gonna maybe see them continuing their work as Red Velvet. Man, SM's whatever, bro. This mini album was so good that I really considered dropping every single release down a score or down a number just because how good this mini album was. But when I thought about it, I was like, why knock it down when this mini album is just this great? Because there's not really anything wrong with the scores, the rankings, because I thought it through already, you know? Like, just because this mini album is their best release, I don't think it was right to knock everything down. So I just left everything the same. And maybe I was kind of lazy. I don't know, bro. I mean, it wouldn't really change anything since everything's going down. The rankings would stay the same. It's whatever at this point. But that's it for this segment of the video. So now on to the final verdict. And now we're on the final verdict. After, I don't even know, 1 month of making this video. It took a while. It took me longer to listen to everything than actually make the video, record and edit. The Perfect Velvet messed this entire video up pretty much. Anyways, album rankings going from bottom to top as I always do. So there's 11 releases, so there's 11 rankings. Starting at 11, we have RBB, Really Bad Boy. Do I have to say anything else? You shouldn't be surprised it's down here if you've been paying attention. Number 10, The Red. Also, you should not be surprised by this. Need I say more? I mean, I don't really like this album. I like the Velvet aspect more than the Red aspect, but it's just not delivered and performed, I feel like, properly in this album. Number 9, Perfect Velvet. It just didn't live up to that Velvet concept, as well as my expectations walking into it. Just Queendom coming about love. Number 8, Rookie. I think it's a good blend of the Red and the Velvet. Still can improve a lot, but really good listen. Number 7, Russian Roulette. Same thing. Builds up upon both the Red and the Velvet. Good release. Great listen. Number 6, Ice Cream. Debut mini album. You don't know what to expect. Still really good. Number 5, The Perfect Red Velvet. This is excluding Perfect Velvet songs. So it's just the Perfect Red Velvet, the 5 tracks by themselves. It's the title this time. Number 4, Queendom. It takes that formula that they used, I feel like, in Perfect Red Velvet, and Just makes it better. Number 3, Chill Kill. It's builds up upon that Velvet aspect. It's more focused on that Velvet aspect of the group. And I, of course, am one to like that Velvet aspect more. Number 2, The Velvet. I mean, I've been glazing this the whole time, and it's a really good mini album. It's one of the best from them. Number 1, Cosmic. You could tell that if you did Process of Elimination, it would be Cosmic. Honestly, it's surprising that their best work was dropped at the this far into their career, to where it's going downhill. Let's just say that it's going downhill right now. Maybe they're gonna continue doing stuff, but we don't know right now. But really good mini album. Every song was good. Every song held its ground. No skip. No negative thing to say about it. Just straight banger, banger, banger. That I wish was given to us maybe earlier, so we could have, got this and kept building up upon it, because this mini album is, to me, a clear standout from the rest. On to the top 10 songs. Again, starting from the bottom and going to the top, 10 to 1. We start with number 10, Scenery. I really enjoyed this song. I've been listening to it for a while now. It's like a calming, bedtime kind of song. Like, that's what I use it as. Number 9, Last Drop. I've been messing with Last Drop before I recorded this video. Props to Last Drop. Number 8, Little Little. I've ran out of things to say. I'm just naming them off now. Number 7, Take It Slow. Number 6, Time to Love. Number 5, Hello Sunset. Number 4, My Dear. Number 3, Kingdom Come. Surprisingly, it's at 3. Number 2, Day 1. And number 1, First Time. If I were to count Be Natural, I'm not gonna lie, it would be at 1. But I'm not gonna count it. First off, because Yeti's not in there, and I didn't review that song, so, because that's literally the song that got me into Red Velvet, I'd say. Anyways, with that being said, that's pretty much the video. I don't really know what else to say. Really good girl group. Wish we would have got more music. I know there's more music that they released throughout the years. I'm just not gonna go listen to them and rank them here, because it is kind of a lot. I mean, maybe I can make that another video if you guys want that. Leave a comment below. NMIX releases tonight, so I mean, if I get this video out before that, then you'll see this before that, but if I don't, it's fine. Oh, Meow is dropping tomorrow. The Seraphim dropping this month. Hearts to Hearts dropping this month. That's 4 releases I still gotta record. This month is packed. This month was packed, bro. Elite is dropping November, supposedly. And thank you for the recent support, because it's been crazy. A Hearts to Hearts Pretty Please video, 3K. Insane. Got lots of love on that. 2 Baby Monster videos I just posted, 1K each. 1K a pop is crazy. So the NMIX video also got 1K views. And then y'all liking all those videos up, like, thank you for that. Just, you're making me strive to make more content. So the more you like, the more you share, the more you comment, like, I really appreciate it, and you push me to keep making content. So if you're an active watcher, just, leave a comment below, bro. Like, on every video that you watch. If you're an active subscriber watching all of my videos, it means a lot to me to see you in every comment section. Whether you're just commenting an emoji, the bear emoji, that's my emoji, by the way. So, the teddy bear. So if you want to drop a teddy bear in the comments on every video, I'm fine with that. I'd appreciate that. Claim your OG tickets now. Bro, yeah. What? Yeah, that's it for this video. Peace.